Yeah,
Alright,
all of them should be on, so make sure they're just close to you so everybody can, so the camera can hear you. Alright, sorry about that.
okay, so we called the meeting to order, we did roll call, and now we're looking at the minutes. So, any changes to the minutes, or does it all look familiar? It was in November, so.
Man, it seems like November was just yesterday.
So is there a call to approve the minutes?
I call to approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
A second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Was that Patricia that, okay,
Patricia seconded, Trish, she goes by Trish, right?
okay,
But you can say, yeah. That's
But it says Patricia on
I
here.
know,
But I'm
yeah.
trying to be very formal.
Yeah, yeah, we can switch that over to,
Okay, so we have old business. And the first is an item that's been on there for a while, so we have an update on the stucco at City Park.
yes, one second, I'm trying to get my notes
Okay,
caught up. Alright, yeah, so that was started, I think, mid-December, I think roughly, beginning to mid-December. And we've had a lot more setbacks than I thought because of the weather. So he come to me, he said, hey, I can't do that right now because of the weather, so, but he's been doing a very good job. If you haven't seen that, he's pretty much finished the part going up,
From Brewery Gulch.
along the stairs.
Brewery Gulch.
Yeah, Brewery Gulch going up,
Yeah.
what is that road?
Swing
On
around.
the curve there?
Yeah, I just drove it.
Yeah, the lower part,
Uh-huh,
to the north of the bathroom, there you go.
okay.
That's good. And, the other part, he started, trying to rough it up by the stairs.
Mhm.
And he called us out there, he said, you might, so we looked at it and everything was just crumbling. It was so bad, there was nothing there to connect with that wouldn't just fall. So, what we decided to do there is to run, rebar supports into the side of that wall there and come out and build up a 4-inch wall, concrete wall. And we're doing it in short, I think 2-foot sections, 2 or 3 foot sections. Pouring, putting the rebar in, pouring, and then stepping up, pouring, and going out, and then working your way out. To better that, cause it was just not stable. So, and we were wondering why the stucco was coming off, that's why. There was nothing that, all the mesh, chicken wire underneath was just flaky. You would touch it and it would just fall.
Probably rusted.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not,
it's
it's
good.
not gonna hold the weight of the stucco or anything.
Yeah, so we, he's like, I think, he said, I think we need to just, drag our support rebar into the side and we'll build up as we go. Do small sections of concrete and go up. So that's what we're doing. So he has started that, closest to the walkway to the top part, and he's gonna work his way to the taller part. So,
Good. What's
doing that.
the estimated completion?
Just depends on the weather. It really, it has gone longer, cause he had told me originally, 3 weeks. And the weather has just, it's like, not cooperative, so I'm not sure. So we're going around doing other jobs when he's not able to do that, so he'll be done. I would think he'll be done by the end of the month. I think would be a good estimation.
So then it'll be painted, obviously, right?
Yeah, then we gotta look at, painting it. He's also been doing some of the patchwork around, stucco work and concrete patchwork, on the concrete bleachers, and we gotta do some patchwork on the actual stairs in the middle of the park too. And give you a little bit more even update than just the stucco. We are working with him, and we're gonna be replacing all the windows and doors in those offices, because they're all deteriorated. I mean, you shake them and the windows are about to fall out. It's really not good. So we're gonna be replacing all those doors and windows there.
They used to leak, are they pretty dry now?
I haven't heard any complaints,
Good. Nick?
so.
Are they rented out, those offices? They
Yep.
always seem
Mhm.
empty to me, but.
Yeah, no, they're all rented out now. I mean, we just had someone go out and someone come back, go in, so.
But the bathrooms are not operable, or?
The bathrooms, probably almost 2 years ago, I talked with, we had 2 years ago roughly, we had so much vandalism and problems with that bathroom, because it was so secluded, and you could close off and there was no one else, you know, it's not like there were separate bathrooms in there. So people were able to do all kinds of stuff. I mean, we had one time where somebody spread candle wax all over the walls. It took my guys,
Satanic.
it was, I mean,
Yeah, something.
no, it was just thrown on there.
I'm teasing.
Yeah, but anyway, so, after that incident, I talked to city manager, we closed that down, it's only open for events. We are doing one thing, we are putting in a keypad for it, so that the people that rent those office spaces can utilize it,
Oh, that's good.
so.
Good,
But yeah, that's the update for the.
But yeah, that was dangerous with all that stucco on those stairs, I could just see people tripping.
Yeah,
Now, Matt, is there gonna be anything done, you know, those stairs, that's a historic, I just looked up some information on it today. But you know, that was historic, because that used to be the cemetery, and you said you didn't know that at the time. That used to be the cemetery until the tens or something, 1900, and then they moved the cemetery, and I think even George Warren was actually buried there. But the stairs themselves were pretty funky, there was paint spilled on the stairs, and, you know, they were never swept or kept up. You guys do such a great job on Grassy Park. It'd be nice to have where you'd spend a little more time on the stairs going up. I think the
Mhm.
park itself you did great with, but.
yes, that will be something, we figured out some of our budgeting for the DLC and, found out a little bit more about what, Parks Department was paying for. So we will be utilizing DLC more crews, not that our employees will be supervising them and going in their vehicles, but a big crew with a correction officer with them. So we'll be able to take care of the
Yeah, if every few weeks you would come by and
the
clean it up
spaces
a little
better.
bit.
So.
Okay.
Okay. Now up to our perennial discussion of the pool. Our mayor has, you saw what he put.
He
in the
laid it
paper?
out, yeah.
He laid it out.
That was nice. Has it even been started?
Hmm?
Has it even started, any of the work been started?
Yeah, a lot of it's been started. Matt's gonna tell us.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish.
So while he's doing that, Tracy, can you tell us a little bit about you? Why
I'm
you-
new here.
you here?
I've only lived here 2 years.
Mhm.
I do live at Vista Park though. So I live right across from the playground. It's really nice. I live in Jan's house, if you know where
Uh-huh.
Jan's house is.
Yeah, I know what Jan's house is.
See,
Of course we do.
about 50-50, I can get, yeah, well,
I
right.
don't know.
I'm from Scottsdale. I raised 3 kids there. 30 years I've been raising kids in Scottsdale. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I did a lot of stuff, parks and
So
school and
why do you wanna be on this committee?
community. Cause it's, you know, kind of, the park across the street, you know, the
You
location.
have a vested interest.
I've always lived by the park.
I live next to Garfield Park, so.
I don't know, you're right.
When you, if you drive up, go through town and drive up and get ready to go on the highway,
Uh-huh.
there's a little park on the left.
Oh.
It's a little tiny park.
I love those little tiny parks. I don't know, it's just in my blood, you know, PTA mom, my kids had the school next to a park. I was on a lot of committees. I was on the Scottsdale Links Committee, which linked the schools and the parks and the city and things like that. So it's kind of where my heart lies.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm currently not working, lucky to not be working, so I'm trying to do something.
Yeah.
Alright,
All right,
Very
So,
few of us are working.
it's all yours, Matt.
alright. So with the pool, so back in November, the city, procured electrician. They've been working, pretty much all the lights are upgraded, receptacles, all that in the pump room. We've been working with APS, to make sure we have the right three-phase. And so we've just recently, because out of frustration of things not moving along how they should have been, myself and Logan got everybody together, not frustration at the electrician, but just at APS and how everything's been going. And even with, we got Kimley Horn on, our engineers on the call, and okay, what's going on? This is where we're at, this is what we need, what's the next thing?
I thought the electrical was all ready to go, but,
It is, APS has just been making it a little complicated.
okay.
And they've had some turnaround themselves. So, one of the main guys have left that, you know, would do all the projects. So, we got on the right track. I told them, I have a deadline of April 1st. Can this be, you know, can you meet that? Not can you, like, we need to. And after talking with them, they said, yes, we're pretty sure we can meet that. So we're moving forward. We had our second meeting yesterday or whatnot, and it seemed like we're going in the right direction with that. So, fingers crossed, for that. The electrician has everything ready, has an attic shop ready to install. We just have to get approval, from APS that the things that he has can be installed and are the right things. That's pretty much what it is. And they have to bring in a new pole and, they have to set a new pole and then bring and reconnect, new wires, that are the right three-phase electrical. So, that's where we're at with electrical. And the panels will be moving from inside the pump room to the outside wall, in the middle of the building, pretty much. Along with the one that's on the end, that'll be moving to the middle as well. So,
So all new panels and.
yeah, everything, all new panels, all new wiring. The pumps are at our garage here. We also recently, we were able to connect with Classic Pools, which they have been, like, so awesome. They know the pool stuff. All they do is, work with old pools. They don't even build new pools. So, they came in, the first thing, they were like, oh, you have a Whitaker pool. I'm like, great. Sure, what does that mean? Whatever. Like, it's a really good pool. I'm like, okay. That's good to know. So we went through, told them what was going on, what we wanted, where we needed to be. And one of the first things they said is, your filters are residential filters, the sand filters. They said, those need to be commercial filters. Cause you're going from a small, 6-inch pipe on the floor in the pump room to a 2-inch, inlet into those, filters. He said, yeah, you have a lot of kickback from that. I mean, you're really downsizing there. He said, so you need to get the commercial ones, they're 3-inch, and there's some changes we can make here that will, definitely help with that. And then we're also going to be looking at, they're gonna be updating us, to switch to liquid chlorine, which will do it'll do an automatic, discharge into the pool. So it'll maintain the levels a lot more than they are now. We'll still have the physical, cartridge. We'll have 2. We only have 1 cartridge for the chlorine right now. He said, you need 2, and those will be backups. He said redundancy, you want redundancy with these. So, and then we talked about the blockage in the bottom of the pool, and we really described it to him, that, you know, it's not a full blockage. I mean, water can still pass around it, it's just, there's something there. He said, just leave it there. He said,
I want the mystery solved. You know, we
I
talked
know,
about what it
but
could
he
be.
said, if I go in there and do this, he said it's not worth it. He said, cutting open that pool, he said that you could be cutting your head off, pretty much.
But so the flow will be okay?
He said, we'll still be able to make the flow. He said, if we get the right inserts into the floor, he said, and they looked and he said, we have these side ports in the, that we talked about at one point that Joni had pointed out, and talked about that she remembers at some point working, you know, years ago, we don't know. They haven't been connected to the pool pumping system in years. I don't know even when they got disconnected, but he said, if we can get these connected, he said, that'll help your flow right there too. So he's talking about a lot of different ways of getting our flow up
I mean,
that we weren't even looking at before.
that was the initial thing from the
Yes.
health department, is there's not enough turnover
Yes.
of water, so.
So with our proper pumps, with a VFD, with the sand filters and better PVC pipes, I mean, some of those are original pipes in the pump room. So we're gutting those out. We're doing a shut-off valve to the heater. We're still having it to where if there was any need, or if we redirected that somewhere else and moved those off of the roof and put them somewhere else, we could still do that at some point. So we're not completely deleting it. So we took that, we put it out to bid, went to council and said, hey, this is what we've been told. We have the scope, we were planning on going out to bid. They said, yeah, go out to bid. So we went out to bid. Classic Pools were the only ones, that bid on it, mainly because this is what they do. And I don't know if there's any others that do this kind of work. So, in this detail, so they have already ordered everything. He called me today and he said, most of the stuff is already here. We need a down payment, and we'll be probably down there next week to start putting stuff in the pump room, tearing out and then getting ready to put in.
Where are they out of service there, Tucson?
Tucson,
Yeah, okay.
Tucson, yep.
Okay, so it's the middle of February, so.
So, yeah, now with,
And now it's time to get to work.
it's, as far as the pool pumping system and everything, I feel really good about that. Only thing electrical is, still feel good about it, but the electrical is the only thing that we're not 100% on.
Is there an ETA estimate time of when it's gonna be open, the pool?
Our usual time,
Yeah, Memorial Day is what
Memorial Day
everybody
weekend.
was saying, but, Matt and Logan were saying, they wanted it to start working on April first, so you can turn everything on, right?
Sure.
Well,
Make sure it works,
that
right?
was
That
the
was the
date that
goal.
the city manager put out, yes. So that is the
Gives you a
date
budget.
that
Yeah.
I believe we're gonna be hopefully turning it on before then,
Mhm.
before April first, but that is the goal. So that if there's any kinks or any problems, we can fix, we have a month and a half to 2 months to fix it.
Does the health department have to come once you turn it on? Do they come and?
Yeah, we
Give it
will
a
be,
stamp of approval.
once we get closer, we'll be calling them and having some conversations, some meetings,
Mhm.
and making sure that, we're on the same page.
Is
Yeah.
it solar heated or? Oh,
Yeah, that was one of the problems that they said, is possibly causing some of the delay as well.
They cut off,
Is
this-
that,
they cut
yeah,
off, they cut off the solar heating.
we're putting a disconnect switch on there and it'll be off. And if at some point we, the city or the Friends of the Bisbee Pool, or not that I'm saying they should, but if at some point somebody wanted to buy the correct heating system, that we have that there to,
how is it
Yeah.
heated?
To use it.
Gas or?
Sun,
no, it's
not
just
heated-
by
it's not heated
the
at all.
water
Welcome
that
to
goes
Arizona.
through. It's heated through, it going through little tiny drip system lines on the roof of the building.
And
It
that
did,
gets
it
it up
did
to-
increase, it did improve,
It does improve.
not a
there's-
lot, but some.
There's a lot of better, good options out there, but
So how cold is it? I mean, what does it get to?
I think,
I don't know right now.
I like the
Cool.
water to be in the 80s before I get into
Yeah,
myself,
okay.
But-
that's not until middle June.
Yeah, so that's where we're at with the pool, looking good.
Does, classic pools, would they be able to, direct us as far as if we wanted a heating system?
I'm sure if we get to that point, yes, they would be the ones that we would ask, yes. If somebody, wanted to, if the committee wanted to look into that, yes, we could ask them for a pricing. And if there's, what's the best, yes, we can look at that.
When I was a kid living in Florida, there was a pool my father used to take us to. And they said, our pool is kept at 72 degrees. 72 degrees, it's freezing.
It's
the
cold.
ocean.
72 is
So
cold.
hopefully, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
so,
Well,
I don't think I've changed any since then, but I know 72 degrees where they say,
72
we got
is
it at
cold.
70, and you think, are you kidding? That's
yeah,
like ice
I
water.
swim in a wetsuit
That's right.
when it's
So,
72.
I wonder,
But, yeah, my goal right now is to get this thing open.
get it open, mainly.
Get it open,
Deal
that
with
is
it.
that is the goal, get it open. Any extra frill can be looked at once we open and maybe next year, or when we're on the downtime.
Yeah, the reason I ask is I'm on the board for Bisbee Vogue,
Mm-hmm,
and one of our goals is to support the pool.
yeah,
And so the
Oh, that's
two
good.
things that we could do is one, buy a heating system, and or two, put a cover.
yes, we've talked, internally, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
But nothing that we're even looking at financing at this point. Cause right now, our goal is paying.
That is gonna make a big difference, the heat. I was just in Mexico, swimming down there, and the water is freezing. Nobody was swimming in the pool down there, 500 miles into Mexico, just, you know.
Yeah,
but when it gets in the 30s
So-
at night.
So hopefully that they don't think the pool's open, but nobody's showing up because.
Well, the cover, is that just to close it down?
Because solar gain will heat up the water, and then at night when it gets really cold,
Oh.
you cover the pool,
Shells
so,
on.
so you don't get that
Yeah.
loss from the water.
We had one for years and just, it's like a waterbed.
Yeah,
I had a
But,
baby.
yeah. and they've had covers there before, but it's kind of falling apart and hard to put on, and
yeah,
we gotta make it easy so the lifeguards will actually do it.
Yeah, they had the one that rolled out, didn't they?
Yeah, we had that, yeah, in their house. And I thought it would get gross in Phoenix covered,
Mhm.
the water was fine.
Yeah,
Just
no, that's a big
clean.
difference, they're a mile high.
It was covered and clean, it was,
Yeah.
you know, I was
Yeah.
amazed, I thought it would be like algae or
Mhm.
something grow, but it was clean.
So are there any more questions about the pool or
I think so.
all good? Okay, metal containers. So
Are those garbage containers?
Yeah, well, for the parks that have grills, still have grills,
Oh, right.
they put metal containers next
For
to
the
the
coal.
grills for the coals.
Oh.
Good idea.
And I did send you a thank you for putting them in.
Yes, I said, did I? Yeah, I think I seen it.
And a couple of people have used them, have put the coals in there at the park next to my house, which is the only
Good,
one I know.
good.
Oh.
Yeah, I've told the
Somebody's
guys,
using them.
I've told the guys too, you know, so we don't have constant redundancy, you can, you know, if you're cleaning them out, you can put them in there, and then after a while, when that gets filled up, then you take that, and then you can empty it.
Yeah,
So we're not having to constantly just pull out little bits of it,
yeah,
so.
Is there one next to each grill or?
next to each grill.
Yep.
And the base of it is chained on to the base of the grill.
Yeah, we had cables connecting them,
And people,
so.
is there a sign or something telling people?
No, they're right there, they're just right next to
People
them.
just know.
Yeah,
The only thing I noticed is that after we had a lot of snow, we had like 6 inches of snow at my house.
Mhm.
Still.
And the kids were over there and they were using the garbage lids to slide and the lids that go on those little cans.
oh,
So I went and rounded them all up and put them back on.
I'll have to
But
talk to them
They
about
were scattered all around.
making sure they have another cable connecting them to that.
Yeah, so,
And-
yeah,
okay.
the kids had taken off the lids, but
Yeah,
most of them, they looked fine. They weren't too dented up, so.
These kids were having fun.
Kids were having fun, yeah. Yeah, they made a big snowman.
Yeah, it was that nice kind of snow, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really wet. So, did you put metal containers in the other parks too?
every park that we have that has
Oh,
a
that's what
grill.
I was gonna ask, yeah.
Yep, every park, that has a grill, has one of those trash cans, yes ma'am.
All right, any other questions about metal containers? The kiosk?
And now, the kiosk.
The kiosk.
The kiosk is not finished. I'm pretty disappointed. So Michael Page is the one. The problem is Michael Page was paid the entire amount of money by the Bisbee Foundation. I think it was about 11 grand or something for the kiosk. And Matt came out there and did a great job with more of the foundation. And now, I was out there a month ago, before I went to Mexico, and with this other guy, we painted the base red, which it was concrete. And now we have to, and I say we because I'm trying to decide what to do. Michael is hard to get a hold of, he doesn't show up, oh, we'll meet
Yeah,
there
he
at
never
3 o'clock.
responded to me at all. So.
He doesn't show up, you know, well, I was busy doing something. So I talked to Doug Dunn, who was instrumental in me actually talking to Michael Page in the first place. And Doug says, well, why don't we put some nice rocks in there? And I thought, well, that's a good idea. Originally, it was drawn up, when the rendering was drawn up, it was plants. But that was gonna be too hard to take care of plants, they would be dying, somebody'd have to go over
And
there.
you know the kiosk he's talking about, right?
The kiosk, yeah, with Warren City.
Two
Bureau.
grammatical errors on there, spelling errors,
So,
let's see.
What, are there
Two
any?
spelling errors, I think.
Uh-huh.
are there some?
Yeah, and I don't appreciate that it's situated this way, and the compass that's on there says north that way. I mean, I get it, you mean
Well,
north is
according to
usually
the
up.
picture originally, the picture shows it a certain way.
My kid pointed that out, by the way, he said, Mom, that's south.
Yeah, but so what they did was orient that, first he had it going some other way, and I said, it's not even oriented towards the picture, so it's oriented towards the picture that's there, that's a picture of the park going this way. And so you can't say, well, that's south of
yeah,
there. but
That's what my, that's
you
the
know,
first thing my kid said was, well, it's because it's big. I said, well, that's south.
But anyway, what I thought of, Matt, and I wanted to talk to you, in front of the Lyric Theater, you have those carts on the track, you know, there, and you have some kind of stones in there that look like they're copper ore or something.
Something that Fremont dumped in
Oh,
there.
did Fremont do that?
Yeah, because
And I
there
was
were
thinking-
plants in there and it was too hard to water them, and so.
That's right. Well, see, that would be, I don't know what those stones are in there, but they look like copper ore with, you know, copper going through rock. That's what copper ore is. And
I haven't looked at that in a while, so I'm not sure. I'm
But-
not even sure.
They're big rock.
but when I talked to Doug Dunn, we were originally going to do something, and we thought, well, something. And then Doug said, well, if they're too small, and I agree with him, that kids will be taking them out and throwing them. They have
People
to
will
be
pick them up, yeah.
and taking them.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do. At this point, Mike Page is, who knows, at one time he thought we would do tiles with engravings on them. I said, really? And so now, in talking to him, he doesn't offer any feedback or hasn't. And so I'm thinking that maybe if we could do something like whatever those stones are in those, that Freeport came up with, and maybe you could, Matt, take a look at them and see what you think. Put something in there, and then we'd paint it and make it look nice, but we need some feedback on what to put in there.
Mhm.
I sent Mike actually an email today. The quality of the kiosk is not the same quality. He did the kiosk, and that's how
At the
we got
cemetery,
him,
right?
how he came up with the kiosk. The kiosk in Evergreen Cemetery is pretty high end and low maintenance. Well, for some reason, that quality's not totally there. I sent him 6 or 7 items that, no, it just needs to be upgraded. And I thought, well, I would come up with $1,000 to pay for some of that if we couldn't get it through Public Works or something. But he's got 1/8" or thinner plexiglass panels that are wavy, they're not attached real well. I mean, he's done some painting. It's painted pretty much underneath the kiosk. It's painted a flat, what they call a flat black. And then he touched up where it needed to be touched up, where there were silver screws and stuff. Well, he sprayed it with a spray can that's gloss black. I mean, it's tacky, and it kind of pisses me off. But I don't know what to do. because
What's your recommendation that we
my
should do?
recommendations is I talk to Matt, and maybe with his feedback, because you have the construction experience, and we do, who did the, was it Freeport that did, I went by today, or yesterday, and looked at, on the pit, they have plexiglass over pictures, almost similar to the kiosks in Vista Park, but it's 3/8 of an inch thick. It's not this thin stuff that's flexible, it's not fastened down, and they got it bolted, you know, down, screwed down around the edge and sealed, much more high end. And I thought,
Yeah, that's Freeport, or, I mean, whoever, you know, donated that stuff to that.
but I'm wondering, could we do something, or I thought of even calling Brett Weller with Hodges Glass and saying, Brett, what would you charge, and I'll pay for it, you know,
Yeah,
to get some nice, get some heavy duty stuff that's not flexible and it's not gonna allow dust to get back in it. And also the pictures that he put up, which the pictures are nice, well, he didn't glue them firmly to the backdrop, so they're kind of pooching out.
Yes,
So it's just, I think, I hate this, you know, that he's kind of abandoned it. Well, he got paid, he didn't, when Doug told me the foundation wanted to get it off their books, well, that's great, but, you know, if you hold back $1,000, people finish the job, and he just never,
Yeah. well, we
he's a
can-
very nice guy, though, okay, I do want to say, every time you deal with him, he's the nicest, pleasant, he'll say this, say that, but in terms of getting action, it's poor.
Well, we've been talking about this for a long time.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
months ago.
Slowly getting there.
And I'm-
It's
Slowly.
nicer and nicer, slowly.
Well, then people say, well, that's the way Bisbee is, well.
Well, what about rocks from the pile? Why don't you just fill it with rocks from the pile? Then if they get stolen, we'll go get another pile.
Yeah,
Well-
no.
You know?
No, but then we're thinking, whatever, we got some nice rocks, some big ones that people aren't gonna throw. We could cement them in, or,
Yeah.
you know, glue them in so you're
Yeah.
not going,
Right.
hey, catch this.
Otherwise, there's a whole pile of them.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Take a
So I need
souvenir.
some
We
feedback.
might
on it.
encourage
Well-
taking them. Please take one home with you, you
Yeah,
know?
one at a time, sorry. And then, I think Brett Weller would be your best bet. He
Right.
does
Plexiglass, yeah.
really good work on
He
that type
does.
of thing,
Okay,
so.
well, I'll pursue him on that. But then we would, and maybe Brett would be the one to refinish or place the pictures and glue them to that backing, the metal backing. Instead of, you know, you just tack pictures up there and they start pulling away, you know, it's hot and there's stuff. So, it just needs more spiffing up, it's a little tacky to me.
So
I looked at it the other day, and it actually, for the most part, it's 80% there, but
Mhm.
just needs the finishing touches. So you think Brett, I should talk to Brett?
So you're gonna talk to Brett
And then as for the rocks,
and Matt's gonna
Yeah,
talk to
we're
Freeport
leaning on
and
Matt
ask him
for
to
the
bring a load of
rocks.
rocks over.
I don't think Freeport had anything to do, this is my, with the ore carts that are on Knocker Road.
Okay.
I think that had, if Caitlin was here, she would be able to tell us for sure. I thought that was what's the group that she works with?
The Bloomers?
The Bloomers, did that, cause they're the ones that were doing anything to do with inside, the carts, they're the ones doing planting and everything, so.
Yeah, what I recall is they planted, it didn't really work, and then they contacted Freeport and said, will you fill them with rocks?
Okay, well, you know
That's
more than
what-
I do on
That's,
that then.
that's what I recall.
Okay,
well, maybe I could contact.
yeah, cause I don't know what they put in
You
there.
know, I've talked with Robert Cantiero before, so. Of course, now he's in Phoenix, not here.
Right, the new person down here, right? A different
Yeah,
person?
no, they're operating, there's a new person maybe supervisor, but
Okay.
there's this lady I dealt with, you have to go through her or something.
Yes, yeah, she's the lady at at that desk.
Maybe I could talk to her, because I've talked to her before, so.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
talk
I'd like to have it
Caitlin.
finished, but I'd like to have it something that, you know, that we could be proud of and tell people, look, go look at the kiosk.
Well, if you go look at the one, the Evergreen, that's
That one's nice,
very tight, and this one is loosey-goosey, I don't know what happened like on that one.
But Mike did the other one as well,
He did the other one,
so he
okay.
knows how to do it.
Yeah, that one,
Yeah.
that one came out really good.
I thought so, too.
Public Works installed that one as well, so.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
Discussion on saving water in the park. It says Caitlin.
So, I know it's about saving water in the park. One thing that we've talked with Project Wildlife about, we actually met about a month ago. They came in, as an update, cause they got ARPA funds. So they were doing kind of a, a meeting, going back about what they did up on, the Vista. And, so it was me, myself, Logan, and I think the city manager was city manager was in there. And one of the things that we discussed is going forward, only a lot, obviously in our parks and our right of way, we can't mandate private property. Only putting in specific drought tolerant that are native species, to our area. Which we have no problem doing, and, I did get a small list nonetheless, from them, and we have updated a couple of the trees in our tree donation, that we had, a tree, donor,
Right.
so that parks, for the
So
parks.
if I wanna plant a tree in memory of somebody.
Yeah, it's still within that, drought tolerant, or it's from this area. And those, are better with saving water. Up front, you'll have to water them for the first year, maybe two, and then after that, they pretty much take over on themselves. So that's one thing, that we discussed, and, we have no problem with. I mean, we definitely wanna save water where we can. We are designated as project, Project Wildlife Habitat. So in a lot of our parks, I think pretty much most of them, I think.
So you have to run a separate water line to every tree then? when you
No,
plant a tree?
no, I mean, we already have water lines for a lot of the places, but, no, but this was just, making sure that we're, putting in the right stuff. When we buy plants and whatnot to replace, along Arizona Street or in the parks, that we're not just buying whatever plant from Ace or wherever, that we're buying something that, is drought tolerant, that will save, the city money and stretch the tax dollars out.
How big a tree do you end up planting?
I can't remember honestly what different ones there were. I'd have to look at what the list is.
Yeah, but I like the idea of having, a designated list.
they have a list,
Yeah.
it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
There was a landscape architect I knew back in California, and he said, only plant the biggest tree, the biggest trees. You plant the little ones, he said, it takes forever to grow. You try to spend your money on the bigger tree, that it gives you
Yeah.
instant gratification, and
yeah,
they just do better.
I think
but with,
leave that up to the Parks Department.
Right.
and yes, that idea, that's, really good. Like when we have, people, wanna buy and donate a tree, I mean, I think they pay $100 for that. And then they get a plaque and they pay for a tree. Well, they give the money and we go get the tree for $100.
Well, what I'm saying is that you get $100, you get a little quarter-inch sapling, or you spend
Yeah, but
$300 and get
It
some,
de- it
so
depends on-
hopefully they,
it depends
consider
on,
that.
I would contest that, it depends on where you're planting it. Because a lot of times, like if you're planting it in your yard and you plant a 1 gallon and a 5 gallon, the 1 gallon is gonna overgrow the 5 gallon because
Some point.
it establishes the roots a lot
Okay.
easier in our really hard soil.
Okay.
But in a park, it's different
It does
because you've
change.
got, people walking on it and,
Yeah.
kids pulling on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I would leave it up to those guys to decide
yeah.
what was appropriate.
So, and with those trees, we definitely put the barriers around them, so they can be, they can have to fight as much as they can, help them fight to live.
That
See the
first year's
deer
hard.
and-
Little
yeah.
armors.
Yeah,
The dogs that want to water.
yeah, so, but yeah, so that's, I mean, I don't know exactly what, she wanted to discuss on this. Other thing that I've talked to, cause we're starting into our budget season, I've met with our Parks Department, and one of the things that we want to look at, it's not something where, it takes a long time to get there, but, there is a couple companies that we've, came across that, sells these, I don't even know what you call them. Anyways, it goes on to, right next to the meter, our side of the meter
Mhm.
in the parks, and it's a monitoring system. And it'll monitor, everything past that meter, so all of our sprinkler system, the bathrooms, wherever those are, the water lines goes and ends, it monitors it and it can tell if there's leaks or not. And so you can go over there, once a day or once a week, and it'll upload it. And give us, and let us know, or monthly or whatnot.
Yeah, my
And-
irrigation system tells me exactly how much.
and it'll tell us, hey, it looks like there's a leak and it happened possibly around this day. cause we do have a lot of vandalism. So it'd be good to be able to track some of
You don't
that.
have to count on people like me calling and saying, the water's, the
Well,
water's leaking in the park.
It's not alerting, we have to, be there and upload to it.
Okay,
But at least it's something, cause that would require internet in every park for us, so, which is not, cost prohibitive.
yeah, I think
Anyways,
when
but-
we talked about it last time, I think the idea was to have some way to monitor how much water is being used in the park,
Yeah,
so that
so we are
As-
looking at that,
in time, we
Yeah.
can decrease the amount of water.
yeah, definitely.
But it is pretty hard to determine where a leak is anyway, right?
It is, it can
Unless it's a big leak.
be, yeah.
Unless it is big.
So, but you can also, you can go through segments and try and find out what you can, like with the sprinkler systems, close off certain ones and see if it's still happening or if not, you can go through there, so. But yeah, so as far as that's concerned, that's what we're
Okay, any more
talking about.
discussion on water saving? Okay, so new business. So we've talked about this before, is changing the meeting time. Instead of having it at 5:30 at night, to have it mid-morning or mid-afternoon, instead of having it after works, because Matt's working overtime here, so.
I love that.
And all of us on the committee have a flexible schedule,
I love
so,
it.
so we wanted to propose to have it at a different time, and I didn't know for your schedule, Matt, if there was a 10:30 in the morning, 2:30 in the afternoon, is there a good time for you or for Logan?
I mean, the best, anything before noon probably wouldn't be great, for myself. I mean, so anything between, noon, I probably could do that, something earlier. Just sometimes, that's when I have a lot of my meetings or
Yeah, but we don't
things come up.
meet very often, so.
Yeah, so it probably might be fine. Whatever you guys wanna do, it's not about me.
Okay.
Well, I think from our point of view, we're flexible, right, so.
So does anyone have a recommendation for your schedules is?
I'm free.
I'm free.
I prefer earlier or, like right after lunch or something like that.
Yeah.
So if
anywhere
that would be better, you could.
before or after is fine with me.
Either way.
Like I said, it's not like it's once a week, so,
We don't meet that often, so.
yeah. Or even once a month, so,
That's right, because we don't know every few months.
yeah, so.
Okay, so does anyone make a
wanna
motion?
throw out something?
I would throw
1
out
o'clock.
10:30,
10:30?
would be wonderful for me, because then
What time?
10:30?
10:30?
It's after exercise and before,
But he
Before
was
lunch.
saying that morning is
No.
not so good for him.
Well,
no, he
But
said it
it's
was,
okay.
because it's only once every few
Yeah,
months.
10:30, it's okay with me.
So who made the motion?
So
Trish.
Trish, you
Trish.
making the motion that we
Making a
change
motion.
the official meeting time to 10:30 in the morning?
10:30, yes.
Okay, I would second that.
Second.
All right, all those in
Is
favor?
that good for you?
aye.
Aye.
All right, so the next step, since that passed,
Sure.
the next step would be that needs to be officially approved by the city council?
That is correct. Sorry, I'm trying to.
So hopefully we can get that done before our next meeting in May.
Yeah, that would definitely
Is that
be.
our next meeting?
Our next meeting is gonna
okay.
be at the pool.
You second again? Sorry.
I
know,
second,
you
I
second,
second.
okay.
Bill did too, but I beat him to it.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I said I seconded it right before you seconded it.
Yeah, Bill thirded it.
Anytime is good. So that has to be approved by the city council.
Yeah, city council has to approve it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, and we have talked about this before, there is a independent website, and I don't know who did it, but there is a website that's not the City of Bisbee website that lists all of the city parks. And so this point was brought up by Kaylin, is that can you either link to that, or can you get somebody to, do their own map of where all the city parks are, and have it on the City of Bisbee website?
Yes, we can. I think that is something that, I'm surprised that we don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I Googled it and it came up with this independent website, so
Gotcha.
somebody did it a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah, there, we can definitely do, a map is easy, and we could, trying to think of what I could do on that. And we could even have a list of the parks with pictures of the parks even.
Right?
So-
That'd be nice.
Yeah, because when you first told me to, asked me if I wanted to become a member here,
Uh-huh.
and you said, I said, I don't even know where all the parks are. And so Deborah said, well, you can look on the site.
Mhm.
And so that helped me, because I did. I went through and said, hey, there aren't very many in San Jose.
Yeah.
Where they need to be.
So what is the site?
If you Google it. it'll
Just
come up.
Google.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just Google it,
yeah.
it comes up,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
For
not
the
the,
city parks in
it's not
Bisbee.
from the City of
City,
Bisbee.
yeah, okay, it's private. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, is there someone that does all the website stuff for the city?
Yes, the deputy city clerk and the city clerk both
Okay.
do that. So I can, Public Works will create the map and, do the pictures. And then, we will, then give that to them to upload and put out of the Parks Department,
Uh-huh,
on the website.
yeah,
I
That'd be
think
great.
that's a great idea,
great.
yeah.
All right, the next thing is signage directing people to the pool. So, several years ago when the pool closed, when we were trying to get people all interested, and a lot of people would, there's a pool?
I know, it's it.
I actually found it driving around with the girlfriend, I didn't know it was there. Just came up on it.
Yeah. So, Kaylin had suggested maybe there could be a sign by the Iron Man.
Yeah, I think there could be, we could get a sign somewhere around the intersection area. Well, I'm not sure if we can exactly do it at the Iron Man, it's possible. One of my thoughts was doing almost the same type of sign that we use for the park names.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's a bigger sign, so that's the only problem, because it takes up, you have to have two posts for those. So we'll have to look at that, or we can have just like our informational signs that are in blue with white backing. So the letters are white and the main sign is blue. That says, Bisbee City Pool and with an arrow. We could
Maybe
look at
near
doing-
that bus stop or,
Yeah, we could do something like that, or have it before you
Where
get,
where the vines are?
yeah,
with
right,
the flower.
yeah.
Or it could be before even you get to the Iron Man, so people know, oh, it's right here, Bisbee Pool is right there, so, and an arrow kind of pointing that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't know the way, you have to kind
Yeah.
of zig
Yeah.
zag.
That's
Yeah,
it,
we could,
for sure.
yeah, we could, definitely, look at something like that. You'll probably would need two signs at the least. One down at the bottom, and then one midway.
Yeah, to get them to turn.
Yeah. Depends on which way we have them go. I think it's easier to go to the right of it, but either way. But yeah, I definitely, that's something we can definitely do.
I had
Again,
seen a sign somewhere in town that said park, but it was for parking.
Oh,
I'm like, I don't approve of that. You need the ing. One means a park, one means parking, right? But it said park, I was like, what the heck?
is that maybe for at the church there?
I was thinking it was, but now I can't remember. Yeah, I was like, well, there's not a park, that's parking. I didn't even get it, but.
All right, well, we're putting all this energy into the pool, so we want people
Yeah.
Yes.
to use it now, right?
Yeah, bring in the money.
all we have on new business. Member comments.
Maybe, I might have something to say.
Okay.
Maybe if, since everything's gonna be new in Brighton, maybe some kind of a little, you know, splash to get people up there. Some kind of advertising or, you know, a little,
I think we
come see
should,
the,
I think
come
we
check
should
out the pool.
we should
have
have a party. I think we
Party.
should have a party.
I mean, why, yeah, I mean, you know, that's a,
One
it's a
thing
big,
with, I
it's
just
a
wanna
big deal.
make sure that we're staying within our, means, member comments can only be comments, we can't discuss them.
Oh,
So-
okay, okay,
Just wanna make sure we're being careful.
that's good to know.
So Tricia's comment is that we should celebrate
We should celebrate.
The opening.
all
The opening
all
of
the
the-
work we've all done
Have
for
something
the, for the pool.
in the paper, or-
Mhm.
Right.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, we're discussing again.
I was just trying to
Oh.
solidify. I was trying to rephrase what you said, so
Thank
it
you.
wasn't discussion.
Perfect, perfect.
Staff comments?
Is there any other member comments real quick before you? Okay. Staff comments, not much. We're doing a lot of prep work for the pool. The other thing I didn't say is we power washed the pool, and now we are currently filling the pool when staff is working, getting it ready so when Classic Pools is good to go, we can get it on and move forward. Other than that, I don't think I have anything. We're just working to keep the pools, keep the parks looking good and opening. We have, like I said, in November and December, mostly I think December, and a lot of vandalism. So maybe, venturing the parks and checking them out at different times is always good. Mainly down in the Old Bisbee area is where Gore and Grassy Park has been a lot of ours. We've had some vandalism in Vista Park as well. Broken toilets, or somebody would, stuff shirts into the toilets, whatnot, just crazy stuff. So
No,
we do have some ARPA funds for parks, mainly for the ones in downtown Old Bisbee area right there. And so we will be looking to get with plumbers to put in stainless steel toilets. So that's it, all I have.
Yeah, I worry about putting all this money into the pool and then having, somebody, climb the fence and go in and
Step off the roof. or-
and trash the locker rooms or trash the pool, so.
Alright, we just gotta be careful, no discussion. Sorry, I know it's hard, but we can get in trouble, so, with that, so.
Okay, future items for discussion. Sorry, there's some things we wanna make sure we discuss next time. How about, how to celebrate the opening of the pool?
Perfect.
Yes.
Other things,
Anything else?
finalize the kiosk?
Yeah,
So we can
that-
take it
that
off
would
of,
be great.
so we can
Yeah,
take it off of
future
our own
items,
business.
Finish the damn kiosk.
Oh, kiosk, right.
Anything else? So when Nina sends out the agenda, we can add stuff.
Okay.
I'll say this after we're done.
Okay, so our next meeting will be on May 14th, and hopefully at 10:30, but we'll wait and see.
Yep.
Okay, do we have a move to adjourn at 6:34?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right. All right, we're adjourned.
Yay, made it.
The first meeting, it was really hard.